This is Rooted Cosmic Soul, Season 2 of Broom Closet Recordings, Healing the Patriarchy-within, in the here and the there, offering rememberings in times of chaos, confusion, love, and belonging. I am Deidre, your sometimes reluctant but always growing guide. In this season, I'll be sharing channeled and conjured episodes related to healing the patriarchy within. There's a link in the description to the digital book titled the same. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like. This will help me grow the channel and therefore grow my ability to continue these offerings with dedicated focus. I deeply appreciate you being here. Don't get nervous. This is a Broom Closet recording, and yes, you can in fact see me. You know, spirit wants what spirit wants, and I have been asked to be seen for this season, so that's what we're gonna do it to the best of my ability. So this is sort of like a trailer to this series of Broom Closet recordings. Last season, I was getting used to this idea of using my voice. And this season, it is about using my voice and being seen. But the focus is going to be my new book called Healing the Patriarchy-within. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what this Healing the Patriarchy is about and why I'm sharing it with others. My belief is that it is my path. You know, as we all know, or I believe, if you're watching this, I would imagine, we are in pretty precarious, dangerous, lacking empathy, power over time. And also, a lot of us are experiencing awakenings, ascendings in which we're finding our people, we're finding ourselves, we're deepening our connection to Earth and to other people. And so in that can also come joy. And so, that's kind of where we're at. There's shadow and light, sorrow and joy. And it becomes really important. Oh, thank you, baby. Onyx just came in and sat right near us. Awesome. Thank you, honey. This idea of shadow and light, sorrow and joy, and the importance of balance, right? And the importance of being and doing right now from a place of power within, because we're being inundated, as we have been for thousands of years now, with power over, and in particular, really feeling a heavy hammer of it, right? And there have been times in history where that hammer came down pretty heavy as well. And we're in one of those moments. I think one of the differences right now is that we're also in a moment where planetarily we are being given a bit more support to remember that we do hold power and the ability to resist and to offer a counterbalance to that energy. And so part of healing the patriarchy within for me is the work of offering the counterbalance. Patriarchy is something that is embedded in all of us, I believe. It does not matter what your identities are. It has been the ruling construct for so long. It is in all of us. And, to the point where I do believe there's many really well-meaning folks who are attempting to release us from power over by using power over tactics, power over thoughts, power over justifications. And I totally understand that. I believe that an actually much more impactful and long-term influence that will break up, disintegrate, challenge power over patriarchy in a way that it cannot oppress, suppress, and control is remembering who we are, remembering our humanity, remembering our capacity to love, to have empathy, to show compassion, and to hold boundaries on what is allowable and tolerated, right? I think sometimes people can get confused when folks like me start talking about compassion, grace, love, empathy. I'm not speaking about those things in a codependent way. I'm not speaking about those things in a way of allowing and tolerating ways of being that are harmful, that are dangerous, that create instability for all of us on this earth. I think someone can be at the forefront of a fight that they believe in, whether that's environmental, whether that is racial justice, gender justice, sexuality justice, body justice. Those things will be more impactful. When I am in that fight, it will be more impactful when I am also healing the patriarchy within. So that while I am on the front lines or the sidelines, the back lines, wherever I am, what I am creating and the energy that I'm putting out is not a replication of what I'm attempting to eliminate. And that's why that the healing patriarchy within is about that compassion, that empathy, that love, but also boundaries on what is allowable and tolerated and how I'm going to be in the action of doing to show that I don't believe that's allowable. I don't believe that should be tolerated or that will be tolerated. But that action of doing has to come from, which is the sacred masculine, right? If it's inspired action, it's coming from the sacred masculine. It has to come from, in order for it to be from the sacred masculine and not toxic masculinity and power over patriarchy, it first has to come from the sacred feminine, which is about going inside, which is intuitive, which is about being spiritually strategic on how one is going to be, right? It is the idea of the heart leading the head. The sacred masculine in us is only sacred and inspired when it is moved by the sacred feminine in us. I believe that you cannot create justice through injustice. You cannot create power with each other through wielding power over each other. And so healing the patriarchy within is what my spirit guides, my ancestors have given me. And it's these different ways to heal that patriarchy within, to have an understanding of really who am I, as I say, not who am I as a construct has said, how I've been indoctrinated, whether that's through education, through religion, through my gender, through my class, through geography, through people who love me, through people who don't love me. It is having an understanding of all that, but taking very intentional space and time to have an understanding of what I say. To get there, in my experience, there's a lot of layers that one has to go through, and it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. How could just one all of a sudden wake up in the face of a construct that has been shaping human consciousness and our understanding of ourselves, our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to each other, our relationship to the earth, and in the process, erasing our connection to our humanity? In my experience, maybe for some folks that is possible. In my experience, there's a lot of layers to that and is still possible. I don't say that to scare people away or feel defeatist. I believe that there are ways to come home to oneself. And that's what healing the patriarchy within is, and the journeys that we're going to take and the conversations that we're going to have here in our Broom Closet Recordings. Already, Spirit has given me multiple guided journeys to offer to people. At the time of recording this, I've uploaded one called I Am Here. And that one dropped in. I was in my own meditation, practicing my own rituals and stuff for my continued healing and trying to be in the feelings of this time of uncertainty and instability while also remembering that I am not alone. And it was a day that I had to seriously call in on Kalima. And I had a little push and pull with that energy. But after channeling a response and having an understanding of, and remembering really that feeling and remembering that this is my path and I choose to continue moving forward, I got a download on a journey offering for the collective. So one of the reasons I believe a healing of the patriarchy within process, these very specific journeys and these conversations are needed, is because I do believe it answers this imbalance that we're experiencing, that there are many ways to confront the toxic masculinity, the injustices, the affronts to human dignity, to our safety. There are many ways to confront that, to attempt to alleviate it. I do believe that whatever way one engages, it has to include some sort of energy shift, some sort of not duplicating what already exists that has gotten us here. Audre Lorde said it the best: of the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. So power over is never going to dismantle power over. And that's what I think Healing the Patriarchy answers, is that it allows those of us who are very clear that our role is to go within and to offer an energetic counterbalance to the current times. That's what this is, to actually allow us to generate that energy. I believe it helps the paradigm shift that we're already in. Like, this is happening, and it depends on humans. I believe that the space that we're in, what we're experiencing, I have hope, I have belief that it can shift. Do I get sad because there's some people who are not making it? There's some people who are being killed in really horrific ways, and being starved and being shamed and blamed. And yeah, it's not going to stop me from doing the work that I came here to do. If anything, it helps propel me into it. And for me, that work that I came here to do is to support this paradigm shift in which it is humans coming back to their humanity that is the tipping, that is going to shift it over. It's not AI, it's not more weapons, it's not more dogmatic philosophies or religions, it's not psyops, it's not all this bullshit that we're being given. That is just simply a replication of power over, of domination, of oppression, suppression. It just might have a different face. It's meant to bamboozle us. And there is a way to see that bamboozling, right? There is a way to actually note when I turn on YouTube and I find a video and there's something in me, I feel it in my body, that what I'm hearing is just a replication, but they're using all the right words. They're using all the right words, but it doesn't feel good here, right? There is a way to have an understanding of that, to sense that, to be able to slow down the nervous system enough, the thoughts enough, to be really clear on what that is and whether or not I want to take that energy in. And trust, there's a lot coming at us right now of the easiest word is like false prophets, of like people really having a really clear understanding of energy terms and spiritual terms. But what is being offered if one is not doing the work themselves? And also, anything that comes in, even my stuff, is to be of support to your own knowing. Like, we are not here to tell you, we meaning humans with each other, are not here to tell each other what our experiences are. We're here to mirror, to support, to offer reflection, to offer a counterpoint, to offer resistance, to offer all this stuff. But at the end of the day, each individual is going to make that choice for themselves. And so the more you can heal the patriarchy within, the more one is able to know that those choices and decisions that we're making are coming from my truest self, from the path my soul and my higher self wanted me to be on when we first decided to come into this embodiment and this life. Humans are on a precipice of remembering we are human, and that's a gift, and that our connection to Earth is so powerful, and that in remembering what it means to be human, remembering what it means to be our most authentic self, that we are spirit in embodied form, remembering that power within allows us to be in power with each other, and again, bring that energy in that counterbalances the power over that we've been told is the only thing, is the only option, is the only way of being. It's a tough road to walk, to travel, to imagine, because we're in such dangerous, precarious times. And I think for those of us who, some of us have a little bit more space to generate this energy than others. And I really want this work, these ideas, these process, these concepts to help those folks. Because some folks just need to focus on surviving and don't have, their path right now is not one of being able to slow down, breathe, and be super curious. And so for those that do have the ability to walk that path, I believe it is our responsibility. That is what we can do, because there's enough people out there who are choosing not. And that's that power over bullshit. Yeah, welcome to Broom Closet Recordings, Season 2, Healing the Patriarchy-within, where we'll be talking about the fact that we can unlearn, we can remember our balanced nature, we can choose to move from power within in the face of power over patriarchy. It is my hope that more of us will choose to live more simply, more slowly, more intentionally, more lovingly. It all becomes more possible when we seek to fill what is missing through finding ourselves, through healing from within, as opposed to trying to fill it from without with the filler that power over patriarchy offers. And it's not satisfying, right? It leaves even a bigger hole. Healing the patriarchy within helps see that what we've been looking for so very long has always been present. You are not broken. You are whole. It's a matter of remembering. And so welcome to Season 2 of Broom Closet Recordings. So I don't yet know the frequency. I'm going to really ask Spirit to help me do something that's fairly consistent so that it helps all of us be present in the process. I think having some consistency can be helpful, but also use your intuition. I may post more than you can take in. And if I post less, remember that, as I mentioned, these are attached to my new book. It's a really detailed process guide that I'm offering you 2 decades worth of learnings about the different ways in which I had indoctrinated power over patriarchy. And it's just not just me. I've also done a lot of work around transmuting white supremacy and patriarchy with hundreds of people, and seeing that a lot of these ways, if not all of them, are some of the ways that connect us to each other, because power over patriarchy is an attack on our humanity, making us forget our connections, our human connections to ourselves, to each other, and to the earth. And so if I'm not posting enough for you, please check out that book. I would love for you to check out anyway. It's a beautiful way to support me as a creator, as a fellow way shower. Also remember that, so there's the Broom Closet on my channel on Rooted Cosmic Soul. There's also, as I mentioned, guided journeys that are meant to help. I get the feeling that Spirit has been offering me ideas to help people go inward with me, to help hear my voice, this journey in, to give you solid, slow time that can just really help. Again, I keep talking about this counterbalance, right? It can really help counterbalance the rest of our lives that we're really being pushed to be really urgent, to move really fast, to not slow down enough to hear that beautiful inner voice. Not the critic voice that is of the patriarchy, but our beautiful inner voice that is of our healing. Thank you all. I hope that you will like, subscribe, and share as we go on this journey together. Again, because that really helps my building of my channel and being able to keep doing this work. Unfettered and infinite love and gratitude. This is Rooted Cosmic Soul, Season 2, Healing the Patriarchy-within, a Broom Closet recording, offered with infinite love and gratitude. Thank you for watching, listening, co-creating the energy necessary for this time and space to exist. My energy stays here, your energy stays there. Return when your spirit moves you to do so. Same Bruja time, same Bruja channel.